why we do that and how to stop second guessing yourself. It's all about trusting your intuition. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Hey, Imani girl. How you doing, boo? Happy Monday. Go ahead and share the live. Let people know that she is on so that we can get down to answering the question of why you second guess yourself, even when you're right. And don't say you don't do it because we all do it. All right, for those of you who are just joining, my name is Shanti Refuge. I am a master certified mental health coach, mental health advocate, keynote speaker, and author. Let me make sure I'm live on all my platforms. That's Facebook, that is LinkedIn, and that is YouTube. Perfect. So, like I said, I'm talking about why we second guess ourselves, even when we know we're right. So, welcome back. If you're watching live, I appreciate you. If you see me looking in different directions, that is because I am on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, all at the same damn time. That's how we do. So, I am here. That's why I'm looking around. If you see me looking around, if you are catching the replay, or if you want to catch the replay, then you could go to my YouTube channel. It is at Shanti Refuge Journals on YouTube. I had to think about what I was doing, and you can watch the replay there. Welcome back. Before we start, I want you to think about something. Have you ever known something in your gut? Your gut was telling you yes, 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 or no, 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 but we still asked three other people before we got a confirmation. So you know in your gut what the answer is, but you're gonna go ask your homegirl, your mama, and your good cousin, even though you already knew the answer. We've all done it. Shit, I do it. I still do it sometimes. So, excuse me. Yes. So today we're going to talk about why you second guess yourself, even when you are right. So last Wednesday, that was the last time I was on. Last Wednesday, we talked about self trust, how self trust gets broken, how conditioning teaches you to self doubt. And today we're going to zoom in on something specific, which is second guessing. Hello, welcome in. Happy Monday. Second guessing is what happens when your intuition is telling you something, but your fear interrupts what your intuition is telling you. So I'm gonna break that down for you and let you know where second guessing comes from. So you start second guessing yourself when your feelings are dismissed growing up. How many of us had our feelings dismissed? You don't have no nerves. You don't have no feelings when you were a kid. Yes, you do. And if you are telling your children that or any minors that right now, please don't do that. Don't dismiss a child's feeling just because they are a child. Children have feelings too. And we have to honor that just like you would want your feelings honored, right? Or you were told that you were too sensitive, or you were punished for speaking up. Like, say something, and I'm going to whip speaking up, not being disrespectful, speaking up. Or, you were gaslit in relationships, or you were taught to prioritize harmony over honesty. So now, even when something feels off, you have to stop and pause and be like, well, maybe I am wrong, or maybe I am overreacting, or maybe it is bigger than what it looks like. And that's not your intuition failing you. It's just that the conditioning that you have gone through is now protecting you. Hello, welcome in. We're talking about why you second guess yourself. For those of you who are just coming in, my name is Shanti Refuge. I am a master certified mental health coach. Go ahead and give me a follow and share the live with your people. Hello, happy Monday. Welcome in, everybody. So when you second guess yourself long enough, you start outsourcing. Hey, how you doing? You start outsourcing your authority, meaning you know what the answer is, but you start asking somebody, well, thank you, I appreciate it, thank you for the follow, Maya, thank you, I appreciate you. You start asking yourself, like, you know the answer, but you'll ask your friend, well, what do you think, or does this make sense, or Am I crazy or is this normal? We've all asked that stuff. So instead of asking those questions, how about you turn those questions inward and ask yourself, what do I feel? What do I need? Or, what feels aligned for me? Because we feel it here in our gut, but we will ignore it for the sake of somebody else's happiness. And we're going to stop doing it. All February, we have been talking about self. We have been very self oriented. I didn't say selfish in a bad way, but selfish in a necessary way, because that's important. We are the most important people that are in our lives. So it is very important that we get attuned to us and listen to ourselves, listen to our inside, listen to your gut. And it's easy for me to say that, but it takes a while. So it comes with practice. It's not an overnight thing. You're not going to wake up one morning and be like, yes, I trust myself. No, it takes a long time, especially if you grew up being conditioned to not trust yourself or to second guess yourself or to question your decisions. Because most of the time, like I said, as kids, we were told we don't have nerves, we don't have feelings. We actually do. And it started from there. And so now as an adult, we don't trust our to make our own decisions for ourselves. Yep. So, and once you start asking yourself, what do I feel? What do I need? Or what feels aligned to me? Then that slowly is going to erode self trust, because you're going to trust yourself, trust your gut. If your gut telling you no, the answer is no. If your gut is telling you yes, the answer is yes. It doesn't matter about the recipient of your yes or no. It matters what that you are aligning with what your gut is telling you. If your gut is telling you no, but you're saying yes, that's not alignment, or vice versa. Both have to match. And that's how self trust gets rebuilt. So I'm going to pause right here for a second and tell y'all about something very important. This Saturday, February 28th, is Black Mental Wellness Day. And this day matters. So I'm talking to all of y'all now. Black Mental Wellness Day is centered around increasing awareness, education, and access to mental health support in the Black community. It's about breaking the stigma, encouraging real conversations, highlighting resources, normalizing therapy and emotional health, and creating culturally relevant healing spaces. Because a lot of us, who us is, we were taught not to talk to strangers about what's going on in the house, or we were told therapy was for crazy people, or don't be talking to strangers about what's going on over here. I'm guilty of that. I used to do that until I came on the other side and became a mental health coach. Now it's like, no, talk to someone who can relate to what it is you are going through. Talk to someone who looks like you, who can relate to, our issues. Because we know, yes, I know you missed me Saturday. You can reschedule, and but I won't be. I'm not doing it next Saturday. It'll be Tuesday through Friday, I believe. So, and I'm honored to be a speaker at the event. I went in wanting to be an ambassador, and they were like, come on, you need to speak, you need to talk. Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So this Saturday is Black Mental Wellness Day, and I am inviting you to come and join us. I'll be speaking about the mental load of being a strong one, and how guided journaling can help unpack emotional patterns that we were taught to survive with, like be quiet, stay quiet, don't say nothing, blah, blah, blah. And it's open for men and women, all of us. You are, no matter your age, you are welcome to attend. Like I said, I'm speaking on the mental load of being the strong one. There's other panel groups that are going to be presenting as well. So this event is very intentional. It's not, just another, Black History mental health event. It is not. It is an intentional space for healing in our community, because for too long we have been told, pray about it. How many of us have been told, we have an issue going, oh, just pray about it, or push through it, you got other stuff to do, or don't tell everybody your business, or be strong. So if you can identify with what I just said, then this Black Mental Wellness Day is definitely for you. And Because and it's okay. Yes, of course, pray. Of course, push through. Don't air your business. That can be taken a different way, because when you are in community, a healing community, a supportive community, that's not telling your business. That's people who have been there, done that, and can help you get through what you're going through. Child, stay in the line. I'm everybody's auntie. Hey, Davion. Auntie Shanti is here. And so the point of Black Mental Wellness Day is for you to not be suffering. We have suffered in silence. We Black people, we have suffered in silence for too long. It is time for you to find community. If you don't find it in me, I have resources. Black Mental Wellness has resources. They are issuing a directory of therapists, coaches, mental health resources, because I know mental health can be a touchy topic, especially when it comes to financials. And there are free resources out there. But if you don't ask, you don't receive. You have to open your mouth and say, yes, I need support. Yes, I need help. Yes, I need guidance through this. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all about putting your pride aside, forgetting what, mama, grandma, and them told you about not talking to strangers, and actually come and get the help that you need. Or if you don't like the word help, support. Or if you don't like the word support, assistance. Pick your word, but just come into the space and get it. The link is in my bio for that. So I want you to register, and not because I'm speaking, even if I wasn't speaking, I still would want you to come and register, but it gives you access to tools, conversation, and support. And so it is Saturday, February 28th. The registration link is in my bio. Save your seat, share it with somebody, and show up for yourself. I believe it's from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. I'm not quite sure. I need to go see myself, because I know I speak at 1. So I don't know if that's 1 Eastern time or my time. I'm in Texas, so I'm Central Standard Time. But go and, take a look. And if that's something that you would like to attend, come on. We have plenty of room, plenty of room. So now back to us trusting ourselves. Many Black adults we struggle with second guessing our emotions, because culturally vulnerability wasn't always safe. So now, even when we're overwhelmed, when we're hurt, when our intuition is clear, we still override ourselves. And we have to change that narrative, because we're never going to get better if we don't start within. And it all begins with self-trust, especially at our big ages. I know I'm not the only one here with a big age. And yes, sometimes I do second guess myself still to this day. But I also know that I have the tools and resources to stop doing stuff like that. So, how do you rebuild your self-trust? Because we trusted ourselves when we were kids, right? Until somebody told us not to, or if your intuition said, "No, girl, don't do that. Don't go here with them," but they pressuring you to go, so you ignore your gut and you go with them, and then y'all end up getting in trouble, right? So to get back to your self-trust is listen to your body when something feels off, because normally it is off. Our bodies will not lie to us. Hey, welcome in. Or, when you create boundaries, don't explain your boundaries to anybody. And don't neglect your boundaries for anybody. That's one thing that I had to work on. You have a set of boundaries for yourself, and you let somebody come and make you ignore your boundaries. That's a bad thing to do. Always, if you don't know what your boundaries are, take some paper. I say this all the time. Take some paper and draw a line down the middle. On the left, things you will tolerate. On the right, things you will not tolerate. Everything on that not tolerate list, those are your boundaries. And once you find out what your boundaries are, then you communicate those boundaries to whoever you need to communicate them to. Once they're aware of your boundaries, if they try to test you, because they will, they'll try to test you and cross that boundary. If you don't check them on it, they're going to keep doing it, and they're not going to take you seriously. I don't care if you didn't have boundaries yesterday. Today we got boundaries. Today, this is my boundary. Yes, I know I laid on the floor and let you walk all over me yesterday. Today, that ain't happening. And you have to stand on your boundaries for any and everybody, with your kids, with your spouse, with your boo thing, employers, co-workers, mama, daddy, whoever. Everybody can get it because boundaries are very necessary for our mental well-being. So uh, let your no be no. If somebody asks you for something and your gut saying no, say no. And if they ask why, no. Don't explain your way into saying yes because they didn't like your no. Just I wish I could remember who it was that said this, but she said that people will, you say yes to them, they won't ask you to explain your yes. But when you say no to them, they ask you to explain your no. Right? So if I say, "Can I borrow $100?" and you tell me yes, I'm not gonna say, "Why are you giving me $100?" Right? But if you ask me for $100 and I tell you no, why? Because I said no. And let your no be no. You don't have to say, "Oh, because I don't have no money right now," or "I needed to pay my bill," blah 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 blah. No, you know it's no. Acting on your intuition in small ways. That's how you build up your self trust. Small things, not big, huge things, small things, and not needing a consensus to move. So that means, let's see, do I want to go to Brazil next week? And my gut saying, yeah, we're going to Brazil. But then you ask your cousin, your mama, your daddy, and your sister, should I go to Brazil next week? And they tell me no. And so because the majority said no and you said yes, now you're not going. Don't do that. You know what's best for you. You know what your needs are and you know what your wants are. And if you don't know, now's the perfect time to find out. How you find out? Sit with yourself in silence. Sit with yourself. Get a pen, notebook, sit with yourself. Think about those things. What do I need? What do I want? What do I feel? How do I feel? If you learn all of those things, then you won't have to go and ask everybody to co-sign on your decision, right? So, in a nutshell, self-growth stops when you are debating your own inner voice. So, if you want to continue to grow and you want to trust yourself again, stop debating your own inner voice. Your inner voice, that's you talking. Not your mama talking, not your daddy, not whoever else talking. That's you talking. Listen to yourself. So I always do a journal prompt. So here is your journal prompt. If you, well, actually, I have two today. Normally, I just have one, but today I have two. And if you go to the replay on my YouTube channel, you can catch the journal prompts there. The first one is, when was the last time I knew I was right, but talked myself out of it? Whoo, child. When was the last time I knew I was right, but talked myself out of it? And you don't have to answer here. That's just something for you to reflect on. You know, that these responses are for you, not for me and not for anybody else on social media. So, when was the last time I knew I was right, but I talked myself out of it? And then, what was I afraid would happen if I trusted myself? 9 times out of 10, that second answer is going to be, I was going to make somebody mad, including myself. Or, when was the last time I knew I was right, but talked myself out of it? When I told my daughter, don't be dating that little boy because he ain't no good. Or when I wanted pizza for dinner, but I cooked the night before and such gonna have an issue with me buying pizza. What was I afraid would happen if I trusted myself? Well, my daughter be mad at me for being right because people will be mad at you for being right. And not that you are a know-it-all, but because you are right and they didn't want you to be right. How do I know? Because I used to be like that. Sheesh, I was busted. My mindset. It's all about changing your mindset and trusting yourself. Absolutely trust yourself. And when you answer these prompts, that is where your healing begins. When was the last time I knew I was right, but talked myself out of it? I should have signed up, to go to this show, or I should have bought tickets to go here when I had the money. And now I ain't got the money, or the ticket price went up, whatever it is, big or small, it doesn't matter. Answer the prompt. And what was I afraid would happen if I trusted myself? Somebody was going to be mad because I didn't do this or I didn't do it the way they wanted me to do it. So answer those prompts. Be honest when you answer them, and that's where your healing will begin. So now I got to get to the good part. I want to remind you that February, which is almost over, is my birthday month, and I have been promoting my book, Quiet as Kept. That's me on the cover when I was 3 years old, I believe. So I have been promoting my book on all my social media platforms because I have a goal to sell 100 copies. And last time I checked, I was 25 copies short of my goal. So on TikTok, if you go to my TikTok shop and go get my book, then thank you. I appreciate it. Everywhere else, you could go comment quiet on Instagram and you can get the link to get my book, or you could just go to my website, link in my bio to grab the book. This book exists because so many of us learn to question ourselves in silence, to doubt ourselves, to override ourselves, to keep the peace. And if anything I said during a live has resonated with you, then my book will meet you where you are. It definitely will. You will definitely find something in this book that resonates with you. For example, I talk about my earliest remembrance of childhood. I talk about how I was a child abuse. I was a victim of child abuse. I talk about how I was a teen mom. I talk about how I was arrested at 16. I talk about how I was a not nice person. I didn't have any emotions. I didn't show any emotions. I talk about how I used to sabotage relationships. I purposely would, sabotage my relationships. I had a mindset, I'm going to leave you before you leave me, or I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. And I talk about all of that. And I talk about the actual relationships in my book. But then I talk about how in 2018, I had a nervous breakdown and how I was able to overcome that with therapy. Because, initially when I realized I didn't even realize that's what was happening. It took me to go to a doctor, and my doctor said, okay, you had a nervous breakdown. This is what it looks like. And she tried to give me medication, and I was like, I don't want that. I want to know why this is happening. How can I stop it from happening so it won't happen again? And that's when I went to my therapist to get the actual help. And she helped me with talk therapy and guided journaling. So, once I learned how to master guided journaling, I took off with that and started my own guided journaling business, which is called Shanti Refuge Journals. And that's me. So you could connect with me further by getting a guided journal. I have guided journals for all topics that I could think of. If you have a topic that is not in my store, let me know and I will go and make it. I do that. I have guided journals on self-love, self-awareness, unpacking emotional baggage, relationship breakup, relationship communication, self-love. Did I say that already? Self-esteem. You name it, I have it. So go to my TikTok shop if you're on TikTok, or Instagram, go to my store, or go to my website, link in my bio. And, my guided journals, again, will meet you where you are. I also host peer group support sessions on Sharewell. Sharewell is a platform for mental health group sessions, all kind of topics, that you can think of. The name of my peer group is called Midweek Release. We meet every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we talk about, what's going on. And we talk a different subject every week. What am I talking about this week? Let's see. I am talking about, what's this week? I don't have one for tomorrow. I'm gonna have to fix that. I mean, for Wednesday. Let's see, more groups. And I also have here it is. We're talking about self boundaries on Wednesday. So y'all might want to come get in there if you are not familiar with having boundaries, because I used to didn't have boundaries. And I used to let people do any and everything to me, and I did any and everything to people. So, and then I host a pro session called Coming Home to Yourself. And that's on Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can get all the information from the link in my bio. It says join our free support group. Now the midweek release or the regular support groups, those are free. You have no excuse. All you have to do is sign up, pick a support group that resonates with you, and go. You don't have to talk. You don't have to participate, especially if it's your first time. I have found that people, when it's their first time coming in, that they just sit and observe, and then by halfway through they're talking like they've been there from day one, and I love it. So come in, give it a try. It won't hurt to just sit and observe. That doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means that you're willing to heal and grow. And I also do one-on-one sessions through Sharewell at a discounted rate. Right now, for 45 minutes of coaching, it's $25. You can't beat that anywhere. 45 minutes of one-on-one, just you and I, on a coaching session for 25. My regular coaching sessions are not $25. So if you are on a financial budget, which is fine, no judgment, go to Sharewell and sign up, and you could do a one-on-one with me at a discounted rate. I don't do one-on-ones for free. So either you're going to pay $25 through Sharewell, or you're going to pay the full price through my website. Just, no third party. So, the help is out there. It's about you going and taking advantage of it, especially when a lot of people are hollering about uh, access to mental health care is far and few in between. No, it's not. You just aren't aware of the resources out there. And I'm giving you a great resource that is absolutely free. Another free resource for support groups is NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. You can get that information as well from my website. The information is out there. You just have to go and get it. Everything can't be just handed to you. Especially when it comes to healing and growing, you have to want to do that for yourself. So, and if none of that appeals to you, then go and listen to my Quietest Kept podcast. It's called the Quietest Kept Podcast with Shanti Refuge, and I post every Monday. Actually, I posted a new episode today. So go subscribe to my podcast. I'm on all the outlets. I'm on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. I'm there. Go follow. The titles are up there. Whatever title resonates with you, go and listen. Take a listen to it. So, if you are taking nothing else from today, I want you to take this. That second guessing is not proof that you are wrong about something. It's proof that something once taught you not to trust yourself. And that can be unlearned. If I can unlearn not trusting myself, I know you can. So, just to recap, go and sign up for Black Mental Wellness Day. That's this Saturday at, I need to find the times, but the link is in my bio. Support your mental health in some way, support your community, and start trusting yourself again. So tomorrow we are going to be talking about, I don't know. Come on tomorrow and you'll see what I'm talking about. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And I will see y'all on tomorrow. And if you are catching me at the end, go and watch the replay on my YouTube channel, Shanti Refuge at Shanti Refuge Journals. On my YouTube channel, the replay will be there. And comment replay so that I can come in and check on you and respond to any comments. So thank you again for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you on tomorrow. See you later, Facebook. I have to get off all of my one-on-one. All right, that was Facebook. And see you later on LinkedIn. See you later. Okay, that was a good solid 30 minutes. I'm proud of myself. And see you later on YouTube.